a young man just a couple of nights ago who had this dream, and it's a short dream, and I'm going to share it with you, and it is a great dream, but I would like to add something to this idea. A great dream can also give us and disclose a great problem. Now, that means it's going to include everything we've said, but it's also going to turn around and give us and present to us the very nature of our most fundamental problem. Most fundamental. Let me do it again. All right. There are some dreams we're calling great. They're great because they benefit us on the highest level. They go beyond our personal world, our family, clan, culture. They are transpersonal, transcendent, and they contribute to the greatest issue, the destiny of man. While they do that, great dreams can also simultaneously, within the same dream, be able to present the dreamer in a very, very simple and beautiful way their most fundamental problem. So therefore it's going to include the transcendent, transpersonal, and the personal, all in one dream, in 8 sentences. Is that a pretty good show? Okay. Before I go into it, any questions about it? Good. Good. All right, let's do it. I'll read it, and this is the way it was given to me. All right. This man had 3 dreams, and he wanted to see how the 3 fit together because he wanted to see the theme that ran through it the way we did the other night. And so it had a good talk. As a consequence, there's some material, of course, that became clear that's not part of the original material, but which I'll recall and fill in. But first, the statement itself. Right. Now, often I ask people not to use real names in dreams, but abbreviate or change the name unless it's very significant to them that they mention the person's identity. So that's why. D and I are sitting in K and J's living room, talking to them about something, school, movie. Then the room becomes very vivid. Things take on a different quality, stronger, more real. Then everything becomes white, a pure white, very powerful. Lasts momentarily. Then it stops, and I turn to D. Things are still kind of vivid. And I turn to D and say, I want to examine something a little more closely. And I get up to leave. End of the dream. All right. And since you know how good I am at art, obviously this gives me another opportunity to play Leonardo. I'll read it again. D and I are sitting in K and J's living room. All right. And of course, being educated, they have a cup of cappuccino. Right. D and I are in J and K's living room. They're talking about something, school movie. Then the room becomes very vivid. The things take on a different quality, stronger, more real, then everything becomes pure light, very powerful, momentarily. Then it stops. I turn to D. I turn to D and I say, I want to examine, all right, something a little more closely. And I get up and leave. That's the whole dream. Now, on reflection, what happened is that I got the young man to talk more about it, because that's the first step in every dream analysis. You want the person to explore it more fully. And so he added the following features. This experience was not only intense and brilliant, ecstatic, luminous, called it penetrating, yet in a certain way he could stand apart from it, even though it had all of this power. It was overwhelming. It was the most powerful and beautiful and meaningful experience he claimed he had ever had. As you can see, as he talked about it, the content of the dream was opened up, and he was able to give more details about it, and it is in fact an ecstatic, blissful experience, luminous. Now, we talked and I asked, where is the problem? Because dreams should give you, right, should be revealing something that you don't know. Where is the difficulty? First, he said that it was so important for him to have that dream. Nothing like that ever happened to him of this intensity before. He now realizes that that's the thing he wants to master and to study. And when he said, I'm going to go up to leave, it was with the thought that he was going to go on and search for its meaning. He's into philosophy, classic philosophy. He recognized that this is part of a classic vision called the pure light of being. Which, I should add, I didn't mention during the talk, but that's what it is. That's what it's called. Now, he's about to embark on a quest, a philosophical quest.